Hey you guys, I am back with another altar tour this month for Mabon. It is September. Mabon celebrates the autumn equinox between September 21st and September 23rd this year in 2025. It is celebrated on September 22nd. And I love, first of all, let's start with the fact that it's witchy season, okay? Love it. The house is decorated, complete spooky vibes, at least in my house, and thriving, love it. This is my always has been absolute favorite time of the year. Mabon is the second of the harvest festivals. We still have a lot of that fall energy, which I have to kind of make inside because I'll be honest, I live in Florida and we do not get the beautiful fall leaves or anything. We can just celebrate it that it went from like 100 to 80. But anyways, but I love to bring that fall energy inside. And at this time of the year, for the Sabbath, I like to honor my goddess, the Morgan, because the equinox is all about the balance of the light and the dark. This equinox is going into the dark half of the year. It's also kind of, Mabon is always kind of looked at as like the witchy Thanksgiving before Samhain that comes up, that is the witch's New Year. Anyways, I like to honor the goddess Morgan that I work with. I have two deities that I work with. I've talked about that in another video. One's a lot more of chaos energy, and the Morgan is a lot more order. And with this being a time for balance, it's a good time for me to remind myself and honor her that everything needs to be balanced. You need a good mixture in life between the chaos energy and structure and order, and keep everything in track. I give her an apple. Apples are associated with this time of year, so I gave her an offering as an apple with some herbs. Most of y'all probably know this, but if you cut the apple long ways, there is a pentagram inside. It's always a good witchy symbol, and I appreciate that. But anyways, the goddess for me is a great, her energy, the energy that she brings into my life, because I look at my deities more with their energy than, thinking of them as someone in the clouds watching me. The energy that the Morgan brings to my life is that of order. She's a strong female presence, helps me tap into my witchy side, helps me remember the strength and the darker times that I have. And when I started working with my deities, I did meditations and dream work with them to try to figure out what offerings they want. And apples were always, I have a jasmine incense lit for her, because jasmine's one of the smells that I always associate with her. You have the crow, which is one of her regular symbols out. But I also did a dream working with her once, and the reason I use an owl as a symbol with her is there was an owl that appeared in my dream when I did this working with her, and then later that day, an owl was on my fence. So I took it as a good sign, and it brings a lot of wisdom. I look at her, I work with her more as a guiding force. It's not very prominent, but when I need that energy in my practice, she's always has it for me. But anyways, so this time of the year, this month, I use this Sabbath to honor her. She is also a triple goddess, so I have my triple goddess statue out. I have some rosemary in it. Rosemary is great for protection, helps a lot leading into the dark half of the year. I have my bell. I still have my fox. I love my fox. My symbol with Loki. So he's still present on this altar, but not as present, even though he's a bit of a diva, so. But anyways, this is my pendulum that I bought up when I was up in Salem. I do not work with it for any kind of spirit communication or anything like that, or even asking it yes or no questions or anything. I just love the energy. I love the color that it has. Gold to me works good with the fall. It had such a, I want to say sassy energy when I bought it. I just couldn't put it down, and I brought it home with me and have it out from time to time when the seasons are right. I still have my Witch's Tarot deck on my altar. Still use that, but this time of the year I also really enjoy an oracle deck, the Halloween oracle deck. It has a lot of, I want to say, stereotypical Halloween imagery, and I really love it. I work with this oracle deck a lot through all times of the year, but I like to keep it on the altar for the fall times. And today, when I was making this altar, I pulled a card, or the card kind of pulled me, the Night Song, which it's like a cardinal, and it means hidden talents. And I had never pulled that card before from this deck, so I thought that was quite interesting. And I read up a little bit about it, and it goes into tapping into inner talents. No more excuses, just kind of go for what you want and what you're thinking about. And I think that's a great message, especially going into the witch's new year and going into the dark half of the year. I think, at least me personally, I always find that the fall is like, it's almost like the new year to me. I get a burst of energy, and I really love just going forward and enjoying all that the season has to offer. And if you seen my previous altar video, I have my bottle of red wine that will stay there till Yule for my ritual that I do in December. But apart from that, this is my Mabon altar, and I really love it. So I hope you enjoy.